5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it.
It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring them out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective.
It's the biggest boss
From business, entertainment, love, and life,
Had to find my inner power.
to fashion, etiquette, and current events.
Major show alert.
All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you. Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.
Here I am, goddammit. Here I am. Welcome to the show. This is Romello Marcellus Show. I am he and he is me. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. It's Friday night, y'all. And yeah, we at it again. For all intents and purposes, man, I actually am closing the week out, man, the way that I want to close it out, which is strong. And yeah, blessed to have done it, blessed to be able to do it. If you can hear me, let me know. Let me know if you can hear me. We'll let some people come into the room, man, and give them a second. Welcome. Let some people join us. Take our time. I got time if you got it. Just a second. All right. Yeah, this is Friday, man. I hope y'all ready for the weekend. We had a short week. Seemed like time flew. But, yeah, we made it. We made it. Another week. Another week. I'm going to post this on Instagram, but I'm going to let it rock there for a second. Let some people get in the room. And then I'll let it sit here. So I'm going to go, without further ado, I'll post it. See what y'all grasp from that. The dispossession of the black man. A lot of people don't know what that actually means or what that means. It is to be a lot of things, but we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Dispossession, I'm gonna tell you what it is. The dispossession of the black man is basically something that happens within. It is the action of depriving someone of possessions. It is a impact of poverty or imposition. And this is what happens usually between the black man and the black woman nowadays. This is why we as black men, we do not discuss a lot of our ideas and thoughts and aspirations with our black women, because seems like it's become second nature for the imposition of your feelings or emotions or desires, and not to allow us to be great. Some sort of subtle competition. And this is why this topic is very important this evening. The dispossession of the black man by the black woman. You know, it is a constant struggle within a relationship. When a black man is seeking to do something, it's easier for him to do it on his own. But usually with a woman in tow, a black woman, there's always some issue, some struggle, some plight or strife, some snide remark, or some sort of insecure actions or reactions to his growth or his dedication or determination to do something, because it's not how she viewed him or viewed it to be. And this is what we deal with. This is why a lot of times we seek comfort in different places as opposed to being faithful. Because hell, if I'm getting strife at home, you don't want to hear my goddamn ideas. You don't want to back my play. You don't want to, be a part of my forward movements or forward thoughts. You're there to destroy or to smother or to keep me feeling some kind of way because you feel some kind of way, and you won't allow growth, So you say things to deter movement. I was having a discussion with someone about females and maintaining friendships with people they've had relations with. And what I find is that females are willing to put that kind of energy or displace that kind of energy or priority for someone that they've actually been done with or said they were done with. Why keep them around? Why do that? Especially if you have someone or you've moved on. That's another mode of dispossession, because it negates respect for who you're with. It leaves that door open, or those thoughts to think, well, damn, if you're holding on to them, is that where you really want to be? Or is this where you really want to be? So, this is the topic tonight. The dispossession of the black man. And I left the dis and possession separate so that we could see the word. I wanted to flow. It's one word, but yeah, I wanted to intentionally separate the dis and possession. The dis is for disrespect of the possession, i.e. the black man. So, welcome. Real Aquarius 789 has joined the room. Toy and the Black Vegans in the room. Welcome. I'm in the room. It's Friday. We're going to take it easy and discuss this thing. How do you fix it? I don't know. Sometimes, man, it's a personal thing. An individual has to want to be fixed, has to want to deal with that, or those issues, those insecure issues that they have. Yeah. If you're just joining, the topic of the evening is the dispossession of the black man. The dispossession of the black man. The definition of dispossession is to deprive someone of things that are meaningful to them. Anything, any possession, thoughts, ideas, their body, their mind. Okay? So, there we have it. I put a post up, and it was a visual, and everyone can relate to that show, where you had Ghost, who was in the game and wanted to get out. He had changed his mind about what he was doing, or he saw the end game. And the one he was married to, she didn't see it like that. She was constantly wanting to keep him in the game or in harm's way, and didn't see his vision. But when someone else came along, i.e. Angela, was willing to receive his vision because she didn't see the other side of him as of yet, it was refreshing to him because she, how do I say it? She supported his idea or his vision and did not get in the way of it. So with that said and done, there was no dispossession other than Tasha at home constantly keeping him a prisoner of his past when he was looking to free himself and to elevate himself, which at the end of the show, he ended up in the running of becoming the state's governor, all because he got out of the disposed or dispossession of the black woman. So, yeah, it happens more than we think. You know, a lot of times say, hey, tomato, the glass is half full, but the actual position of things is that it's half empty. Welcome to the show. Once again, this is a Romello Marcellus show. I am he and he is me. The energy level is kind of stoic this evening. You know, I'm tired, but I said I would come on anyway, be a man of my word, and do this show. The efforts are what they are. Have to remain consistent, and most of us don't when it comes to doing what we say we're going to do. Not me. I don't care if it's 2 people or 500 people here. I'm still going to show up from here on out. All right? So, if you're just joining the topic of discussion tonight is the dispossession of the black man. Why is it that the black woman always holds a cloud over his prosperity or his progression? Why is it? Tashana 910 is in the room. Welcome. If you're just joining, the topic is the dispossession of the black man. The dispossession of the black man. Why is it always a problem or an issue when he is professing growth in the midst or inside of his relationship? with a black woman. You know, unless, welcome to the show. Hey, see, the topic tonight, the dispossession of the black man.
Yes. I mean, what I would add from a woman's perspective who at one point did believe that I can maintain friendships with people from my past, I do understand the amount of attention and time that it takes to manage that. Even if it's not on an everyday basis, it's still time that you're not giving to the person that you say you want to be with. And there's a lack of consideration for the black man, because had he done the same thing, I definitely wouldn't have given him that same level of consideration that I was looking to get. So yeah, you're right on point with where you at right now with that. Also, what I find is a lot of black women take advice from older single black women. A black woman who does not have the type of relationship that she is aspiring to obtain.
Miseducation, misinformation.
More discussions like this are definitely necessary.
Right. So it's like, how can you give me advice and your life hasn't panned out that way? You're singing alone with 100 cats in your house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that is the dichotomy that we're in. You know, the idiosyncrasies that we bring to the table based on our insecurities about ourselves and seeking to control someone else based on those insecurities. You know, like seeking to know where they are, what they're doing all the time, and who they're doing it with, that kind of thing. And, you know, usually base that on your own behavior, your own shit. Then, you know, if you were out there and you know the tricks of the trade, you're seeking to find out about those tricks of those trades, and you know, make sure they're not happening to you at that point in time. So, but it's hard for, you know, black men nowadays, and it's just what it is. Shit, it's us against everybody, and we fighting even in our own house. You know, it's a shame. You know, there are a few good men out here. There's a few of us out here, and we got melanin in our skin, and yeah, we ain't all fucked up. It's just a shame that we got to go through this to get some understanding, you know.
Absolutely.
I thank you. I thank you for taking your time.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. If you're just joining, the topic of this show is the dispossession of the black man. You know, how, you know, the majority of relationships in which we deal, you know, our black sisters are being taught, hey, you know, you can maintain your friends, and, you know, don't ever give your friends for anybody. Well, here's this. If you on your grown folk shit, you don't have time for your friends anyway, because you're building something. You're building something that's to outlast you, building a life, a family, you know, a future. And your friends will always be your friends. And if they're really your friends, they want you to be happy wherever you are. And they're not going to give you any bogus advice about how you should move in your situation, you know, unless it's something that's going to harm you or be abusive to you. Okay? So, yeah. If you're just joining the show tonight, man, the topic is the dispossession of the black man. The dispossession of the black man. That is the topic. So, here we are. What do we do? How do we grow from this? How do we go? Most people don't, they don't get it. They stay in their same selfish ways because they're willing to lose themselves in the thought of controlling someone else, which is so not cool. When we think about it, it's like ask yourself, who wants to really be controlled by anyone? Who really wants to be controlled? Who really wants to be controlled? If you're just joining, the topic is the dispossession of the black man. When I say that, I used a statement. I used an instance from the post that I posted, where you had a man who was in one field. He was a drug dealer, and he was looking to get out of the game, but his wife was so fixated on him remaining in that status of being that drug dealer. But it took for someone else outside of their relationship that did not look like them to accept him and to embrace his new ideas or his new zest for life, to do something other than break the law and sell drugs. And at the end of the day, he ended up becoming a candidate for governor. So what I'm basically saying is, why is it that black women are always against their black man when he is starting to change or to grow from a status in which she got complacent or comfortable? Someone said, it's definitely a double standard. We're convinced myself I could manage things in a way that my black man didn't have the willpower to do the same. Okay, so we're speaking about what? Your friendships and his friendships with the opposite sex, or people outside of your relationships, or that they were actually involved with in the past. I could see that. And that is another mode of dispossession. And if you don't know what dispossession means, it means to deprive an individual of any possessions, that a person may have, whether it's an intellectual property or thought or property or asset, whatever it may be. Oh, you can't help with that question. I'm an avid supporter of growth. Respect. Okay. But, we're in a society where that's, far few in between when it comes to sisters, And it's a shame when you got somebody that does that, and then at the interim you're always looking at the front door, looking at someone else's growth or accolades and counting their prosperity. And then when you've negated your guy for so long, and if he's not producing up to the standards in which you think he should, then you want to move on, or you want to move past him, or constantly degrade him or emasculate him. Yeah. Oh, I'll pray for them. Pray for them. Yeah, help them. Hold a class, hold a course. Get them to understand. You're in a position to, be a driving force in someone's life, i.e. your man, your black man. Then why not do it without question? Because most of you do not move that way. It's always some snide remark, some extra thought to what may or could be happening, when in all actuality, when you decided to be in, you said you were all in, be all in, or be all the way out. Don't stand in a person's way. Yolita Pringle Photography has just joined the room. Welcome. Mishani's just joined the room. Welcome. Baltimore in the house. If you just joined in the room, the topic of the evening is the dispossession of the black man, meaning that usually his deprivation or his being deprived of things starts in his home with his black woman. Why wouldn't a woman want to see her significant other grow into Lotus? Well, there's a lot that don't. They may say they do, but the actions speak louder than any words that could be uttered. So, what can you say? What can you do? So, dispossession of the black man. The most beautiful sight to see coming from muddy circumstances. Of course. To be a part of your significant other's growth, their prosperity, their achievements. If they win, you win. But most of the times, you don't. And I'm speaking as a man, as a black man. There's been times that I've talked to females that I was with, and it was always some shit. You know, you want to get in the way of anyone's growth because of what you may feel about yourself, or that someone may come and try and get at something that belongs to you, and so on and so forth. And, you know, sometimes you have to part ways when things are not conducive. To witness it is a blessing. And it should be a blessing to all that are involved if you're helping, you know. And as I'm sure if you're helping this individual, I'm sure they would be willing to help you achieve your dreams and goals and aspirations. So, I am a firm believer that, you know, if there were a strong woman, you know, who was really, you know, secure in herself, she would have no problem with the growth of her mate. And yeah, that's a far and few and fetch between thing at these junctures. It's a great thing if it could happen. Anything not growing is dying, and that's facts. There should always be growth. I mean, you should be proud that someone has a positive idea that they want to achieve, or something that they can achieve, you know. But how many times have you heard your girlfriends or your buddies say, well, yeah, he want to do this or that, and he needs XYZ, or he's looking for some support, and I ain't doing that shit, you know. Or someone tells you not to do it, and they're not even in a positive or prosperous relationship themselves. Misinformation. What I don't understand is that why is it us that always has to be deprived or challenged on things? And in all actuality, you know, we can ask you to do something and we'll get all kinds of pushback and blowback. But that old Faye or that honky asks you to do something, you'll stand up there and sing all day. I ask you to sing the song, you forget the words. You forget the goddamn words. Oh, man. Anyway. If you're just joining, man, the topic of the show this evening, we're keeping it light, is the dispossession of the black man. If you don't know what dispossession is, I broke it up into two words because the first part is for disrespect, and that is running rampant between black men and women on both spectrums, and it's because divine order is broken between the two. You've been bred, or actually placed in a position, and I stated this long ago, to be the man and the woman by silencing your sons. So when you run into men, you're automatically looking at them as potential sons, which is kind of nasty. You're rolling around here with an Oedipus complex, laying with your sons. Oh, I can't remember the words for no one. I need to get it together. Okay. It takes a woman who seeks no validation to appreciate witnessing the growth of her significant other. I like that. True validation is not something that's needed. It is automatically there. I mean, and you think about validation, it should come from your significant other with the actions that he's giving you or putting in, the work that he's putting in, you know? And that's every day, whether he shows up or not. And if it's not recognized, then, you know, it's your fault if it falls off or falters, if you're not getting that. But you need to recognize when you receive it and reciprocate. Most don't. And this is why you have a lot of times people seeking comfort in other places than where they should be. Should never be a problem where a motherfucker could get a back rub and give a back rub. Get a hot plate and give a hot plate. Nobody denies you your flowers, do they? Your roses or your dinners or whatever. That takes time. That takes finance. And romance and no finance is a damn nuisance. Ain't much court gonna go on without that. Hold on, let me read this. Someone said, it's difficult for the faithless to have faith, the hopeless to have hope, the weak to see true strength. Boom. Someone said, reciprocation is so sexy. Yes, it is. Especially when you don't have to ask for it. That means to let you know, I see you. I see you. I see you trying. I see your changes. I see that you see me. So you goddamn right. Yeah, here's dinner. Here's a bath. Here's, gas in your car. The small shit that you can do that you don't have to do. And this is just coming from a man. But when he's not appreciated, all that shit stops. And that goes both ways. You say you want a man? Show him. Stop talking all the shit about what you ain't got or you haven't gotten. Sometimes the biggest crash dummy in the world is you. You're too close to the car, so you can't see it. Gotta pump your brakes. See what's in front of you. Where's the work? If the work's there, you gotta reward that work. But here, most times, man, people want to be rewarded for bad behavior. And that's not cool. And those that receive it, the reward for bad behavior, they see that as a card. It's carte blanche to continue that bad behavior. And when it's checked, that's when it's a further blowback that usually ends in some sort of separation of the relationship. Because now the individual that was doing things for you in hopes that you would see the good in them and you'd change and get your shit together, they stopped investing because there's no return. Yeah, unconditional reciprocal acts are there and they're available, but they're far few in between, especially when you're trying to garner place with one another. You have to be willing to give and give, be a joyful giver. But when the joy is gone, the giving stops too. Yeah, so self-check. Take that camera check. See where you really are. Were you just a taker? Because a lot of us are takers. We ain't giving shit. And if so, we giving it kicking and screaming. And then we'll talk about you about what we gave to you. Most definitely don't want to fuck with them. Well, it's Friday night. It's beautiful. And we right here. What they say on the radio? It sounds like Washington. Let me stop fucking with y'all. Yeah. But I hope y'all are getting ready to enjoy y'all weekend. You know, it's supposed to be nice and sunny. Yeah, get some of this on you. Get that melanin popping. And be safe out here, man, because people are hurting and they're hurting people. So be aware of your surroundings. Keep your mask on if you ain't got the shot. And even if you got the shot, keep your mask on. You know. And, yeah. Think about it, man. You ladies, man. Think about your situations that you're in. If he's worth it, man, show him that he's worth it. And fellas, you too. If you got somebody that you know that's worth it, show him. You know, you just got to tighten your shit up. You can't just go around doing what it is you want to do when you're involved with somebody, because you're responsible for them. You're responsible for how they view you. You're responsible for what they feel about you and the takeaway of what they feel. You know, people have impacts on people's lives long after they've stopped dealing with them. So ask yourself, do you want to be one of the fucked up individuals that they dealt with, or do you want to be someone that they can always refer to in mind and say, you know what, that was a good woman, or that was a good man. You know, whatever didn't work, but they were good. They were good to me, and I was good to them. And just because you're good to each other, that still doesn't mean it's always going to work out, because you can have difference of opinions on things. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Just, like I said, be cool, you know, self-check every now and again. Don't mollify shit, you know, don't go to the woe it's me and that kind of thing, because a lot of times it ain't you. About you. Should be about a bigger picture. Love has nothing to do with it. Simply being considerate and doing different than being selfish and self-centered. Always see you when you are serving others. That's what's up. Georgia in the house. Okay, Tony came in from the A. Welcome, brother. Welcome. You know, Monday we're going to get off into something, man, that's more radical. And we're seeing a lot of it nowadays. And I'm against it. You know, I think we should be with our own and others should be with their own. And I say this because there's a lot that's been broken that has not been fixed. And there's no way to reach across a line until individuals have been made whole. But we as individuals have to first be considered people, whole people, before that can happen. And to this day, we're still considered 3/4 of a person. Dogs have more rights than we do. I'll say it once again. To be even lower than that, we as the black man is the most hated individual on the face of this earth. And I'm not saying the skin. We're talking about foundational folk from this continent. You know, someone said something to me, well, when you look at the Native Americans and the indigenous folks, why is it that they don't have certain problems, like problems with you know, different animals that was relevant to the African continent, like mosquito bites and those kind of things. Did they not have mosquitoes over there? Or did they bring them over on the boat? That didn't make sense. What I'm basically saying is that the indigenous were already here. A lot of us were already here. A few of us did come over on the boat, but a lot of us were already here. So, not to change the subject, man. My my Instagram died out. I had to plug up another one to get back on. But yeah, If you're just joining the room, man, the topic is the dispossession of the black man. If you want to know what dispossession means, it means to deprive of assets, property, thoughts, self, in any way, to negate. Thank you, brother. He said, I'm proud of your efforts, bro. Stay strong and proceed with vigor and the greatest passion and good intent. Thanks for the show. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. Yeah, as I stated before, man, we have to do better. You know better, you should do better. You're feeling some kind of way, you have insecurities, you need to get help for those things. Don't allow those things to fester. Put your baggage down. It's too heavy, man. And shit, we're not 18 and 19 out here anymore. We got to be better for those that are coming behind us. You think about it. You really want to be somewhere, be there. You want to be with somebody, be with them. Show them what they'd be missing if they lost you. That's what it's about. Yeah. With that said, man, and all you're getting, man, get understanding. This is what we're here for. This is our platform. And if you like this platform, man, if you're on here, please, please, please share it. Share it with all of your friends and your followers. Let's broaden the conversation. All right? Also follow us. Follow me, subscribe on Facebook, YouTube. Yeah. Once again, if you're joining the room and the conversation tonight, it is the dispossession of the black man. Why is he the only one that has to fight everywhere he goes? In his home, on the job, everywhere. It's hard. It's hard for us to have to go out and skin and grin for people, for scraps, and we don't even have a place at the table. Regardless of how much we acquire, we're still unheard. There's no voice for us as the black man. You black women have more voice than we have ever had. Okay? But at the end of the day, we still got to come home and fight with your ass about how you feeling. Some of y'all will fight about a dude working too goddamn long. He can have a job and get off at 10 or 11 o'clock. Tired as fuck and got to be right back at 6. But you'll bitch and moan about him not spending time with you. Then you got to say, hey, man, do you want him working or not? You want him in your house cleaning up your house and not making a fiduciary provision? I mean, sometimes he can only do what he can do. If you got to drive that bus, you got to drive that bus. Don't knock it. Plan. Be a part of what he's got going on, and vice versa. I'm sure he'd do the same. Don't nobody want to hear your shit all the time. This is what makes motherfucker want to talk to somebody else, because you always got some shit to talk about. Depriving and dispossessing. So, yeah. Now, y'all got dreams, man. You got dreams of having something, having a family, having a business. Go get it. Whatever your ideas are. Nothing's crazy. They thought Noah was crazy till it began to rain. So, go get it. Go get your stuff. Don't play with it. This is there for you. Now, Monday, we going radical. I'll begin to continue to post. I've already began, but I'll continue to post what this thing is about. And yeah, man, share it. Get your people on there, man. We need help with the topics. We need insight as well as enlightenment. All right. So with that said and done, man, Y'all have a great weekend, because I most definitely am going to do the same. Get off my line.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring 'em out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events.
Major show alert.
All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you. Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.